Right, what happened this morning?
So I woke up, a normal day, proper excited to do all the washing machine stuff. Like I've actually been enjoying it, believe it or not. Crazy concept. I call Steve up. Oh no, I have
Can
a.
I just stop you? Can I just stop you? Look, you never talk to me when I have a one-on-one with you. How you just did on that sarcastic stuff. Let's just have a non-passive aggressive human conversation, because you would never do that if it was just me and you right now.
Okay.
Don't need to be like that.
Okay. So, I was doing the washing machine stuff. Can you explain the story, Stan? I just butt in. I can't tell stories to save my life. Is that all right?
So, yesterday he rang me asking if he could expand the washing machines. I said no. And then today he rang me again saying he wanted to expand the washing machines. Brought up the fact that Junior wanted to invest in it as well to expand it. And then the main thing that kind of set off why I wanted to do what I done was the fact you said you had nearly 200k rolls sat in the house, right? So when I heard that, I thought, okay, it just seems like the ideal scenario which we laid out 2 weeks ago of the washing machine thing being a gang thing and being ran by people, multiple people, isn't going to happen because it keeps getting pushed off and pushed off and pushed off, right? So you rang me a few times for my answer. So then I met up with you at Grove Street, and I gave you my answer of the gang could buy you out, basically. Now, obviously it got that blunt. My plan was to tell you that the gang has the money, start cleaning the money you have, and the transition will happen. Obviously it got as blunt as it did because you turned around and said to me that the gang wasn't making any money, and you said it in a laughing manner, which I didn't like. So I basically said the gang has the money right now to buy you out if they wanted to. Obviously I came across that I was basically telling you then and there that the gang was buying you out and you were being stripped of the laundromat, which wasn't happening. That was the plan, was to give you the heads up like I said I'd give you, to clean your money.
So
once the gang then took over from the washing machine, the plan was obviously for everyone to be involved, being you, Saint, GG, James. So my issues with all of that was the fact, I know, yeah, on paper you're saying you could run it on your own. Okay, that was your argument, which I'm not denying. You probably could. But I don't want that to happen because I want more people to have that reason. The way you enjoyed waking up, the way you look forward to waking up to do it, I want other people to also have that purpose, to have that enjoyment.
So
that's why I want other people involved in it.
The issue I had with it is I was well excited to do it. I wanted to expand. You know, I had investors, and I call you up like, can I do this? You say come meet me, and the first thing you tell me is, oh yeah, you having 200k rolls is the reason it's getting pushed back. And you literally, there was a group of probably 5-6 of us when none of them needed to be there, and you were making out to the whole group and kind of gaslighting into I'm the reason it hasn't moved over to the gang. And that's not the case at all. We both agreed when the gang has the funds sat in that box, I will stop buying, it will wash everything, all the gang stuff, and I'll get paid out. But obviously the gang's not making money. It's made literally nothing in the past 2 weeks, so that day was never getting closer. And you were,
my question is, did you actually want to be bought out? Because you was
no, so
told you was going to be bought out, but then when we said we was going to buy you out, it seemed like it was a problem.
Yeah, so from the beginning, to be honest, I didn't want to be bought out at all. Like from the beginning, I wanted to do all the washing stuff on my own. Like, you know full well I was buying everyone's money for 0%, doing 5k runs to get the rush, like the rep, so I could do the money rush stuff. You know that. And like, I wanted to be the money rush guy from the beginning, but Steve just out of nowhere gave it to Saint. And like, when I heard that, like, bro, don't get me wrong, I was vexed, but like, I kind of understood putting Saint on and giving like her something to do. But like, I bit my tongue and was like, yeah, I'm gonna just farm, I'm gonna just work alongside with her. But then when you bring me over to the group, you kind of gaslighted the group into the reason of it not getting passed over was my issue, even though you being one of the people, like, you've sold me over 70k rolls over the past couple of days. Bro, the first call, like, the first thing you said to me this morning when I woke up and you called me was, can you buy more rolls off me? But then all of a sudden you were having an issue with me for buying rolls and saying I'm the reason it hasn't been passed over to the gang. And at that point, like, it kind of vexed me, bro. I just broke and was like, to be honest, I don't want anyone else doing this. Like, bro, I I want it to be my thing, and you don't give me the same opportunities you give Dre and Els and all the other people in the gang. Like, I just wanted to run it, bro. Like, you don't give me the same opportunities.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like that attitude at all. Like,
What, being compared to others?
No, not that. Like, I think this is what I would pitch to you. Like, it makes me question whether you actually care about the people that was going to do it with you because of the mentality you applied to it, right? You saying, I just want to run it myself. I don't think you're looking at it in the sense of, yeah, you might be around the most, right? And you could very well run it yourself. I don't think it's like you could run that yourself, right? Saint, Gigi are people with a lot less opportunities within the group. Let's be honest, it's very, very fucking rare that you miss out on anything that the Manor does. How many times do Gigi and Saint have to not do shit, or they sit out, or they don't get to do everything we're doing? So you then saying, I want to run it myself, actually makes me look at you and think, you know what, that's actually really fucked, because you're directly taking an opportunity out of them. And it's not like you was being replaced by them. All you had to do was work with them.
But so I think that's what's been misunderstood. It's not I didn't want to work with them. It's I wanted to run it and then work out a way of doing it. But I wanted to be the one like making the decisions with it. Like just how Els is with the drug stuff.
But
Els got to choose to bring in Dre.
Yeah, but why do you, like, what makes you think you need authority over Saint and Gigi?
It's just something I wanted. Like, yeah, you're right, to be honest. It doesn't
but
do anything.
you're not going to get given authority just because it's something you want, because I don't think that's fair.
I feel like
Gigi,
I worked
and I
for
don't
it
think that's
before
fair
anyone
on
else
Saint.
did. I feel like I showed interest in it before anyone else did. Like, bro, I literally...
You've also got to bear in mind, right? You say that. You came to me yesterday and you said, hey, I want to buy Kenny out of this deal. Kenny's down for me to do so. And I was like, oh yeah, if Kenny wants to do that, that is what it is. But I now find out it's not that Kenny doesn't want to do it. It's just he's not included. Just because not everyone, right, is self-sufficient.
Who said he wasn't included?
But Kenny himself
Steve.
isn't happy with how
And Kenny said he wasn't happy.
He's never told me
Steve?
that once, because throughout the whole war, those washing machines weren't used once. And because they weren't being used, I made the initiative and said, they're not being used. I still own them. I'm going to do something with it. And they are being used by Kenny because he doesn't have any rolls to wash.
Yeah, but you've given him 7 a.m. till 12 p.m.
No, I just said, if you are going to wash, can you do them hours? And he was fine with it.
But Kenny is a very easygoing individual. You're a lot more pushy. You got to realize there's different types of people in the world. It's like Saint. You know Saint in a capacity where you know if you wanted to get her to do something that she low-key didn't want to do, she would do it because she's nice. It's not that different with Kenny. Just because someone says to you, yeah, I'll do 7 till 12. Bruv, you're literally giving him 7 till 12 because you don't want to wake up at 7 a.m. to have to do it. Like,
I gave him to 7 till 12
so you're then
because he wakes
delegating
up
it
then.
to him.
That's when he wakes up and I'm not awake. He does.
But he doesn't. Bro has to fly back to London and work.
But when he's not he works every other day, and when he isn't working, he's here in the mornings.
But not everyone has to work around you. Like, what I'm saying is,
he agrees
lack
on
of
it.
respect for your peer. Yeah, but it doesn't matter if he agrees. If he's agreed with you, right? Yeah, you can take that as surface value. He's agreed. It doesn't mean he might have in his head that he's unhappy with the process. Sometimes it's easier to just say, yeah, fine to you than it is to have a conversation. Not everyone's willing to have a conversation like I am with you right now.
Like,
they just don't want to
I
deal
ain't
with
a
it.
mind reader though. Like, how am I meant to, like, how am I, if someone says they're okay with it and they're okay with the whole deal, all he said to me is, I want to be bought out. And I literally said, I'll buy you out. And I explained to him, at the moment, my money's in this spot. Are you okay with waiting a little bit so I have money to buy you out? And he said, yeah, that's fine. Like, I've asked him, like, every day, are you okay? And he's told me, yeah. Like, if someone's telling me they're okay...
you realize that how people are to you is very much radiated off your energy. If you're an approachable individual and someone feels like they can tell you they have a problem with something you're doing, they will. I would be real with you. I don't think that Kenny would do that with you because he just think, oh, no, it'll just be a headache. I'm not going to even bother.
So I meant to
that
just
does
know...
come down to you. No, you're not meant to just know. It's the energy you radiate. If you put out there the energy that you come, because you do come across selfish a fair amount of time.
Yeah, that's
right?
fair enough.
If you do that, people are then going to see that, and you could think, oh, he's not going to want to help me anyway. It is what it is. The energy you put out is received by everyone. Like that changes how people deal with you.
What do you want me to do in response? Like, I don't understand. You're telling me to read
I want
minds.
you to be. No. I'm not telling you to read minds. I'm telling you to realize where the situation you're saying you need to read minds. You're in that situation because you've put yourself in a situation where you seem unapproachable to certain people.
But the thing is, it's not even unapproachable because I approach him to make sure it's okay. If I'm approaching him...
Yeah, but you're very confrontational. Not everyone can handle and give honest responses when they're confronted. Think about Mandem back in the day, right? When I took over Mandem leadership, I stood there and I said, has anyone got an issue with whatever's happened? No one said nothing. There was multiple issues because I literally confronted it right on the nose. Not everyone is happy to just directly do that.
Yeah.
Some people are shy. Some people, you have to work to get their true feelings. It's not just as simple as black and white. There was no issue with you being involved in the laundromat. We just wanted you to be happy to help other people doing it. And let other people do it and welcome it. And let them feel like they're wanted to be there and not getting pushed out.
I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't have responded in that way slightly if the angle Steve came at it wasn't like that. He came over and basically made out to the whole group, I am the issue. Like, of course I'm going to be on the back foot and defensive straight away.
I'll explain my thought process behind that, right? Like, yeah, I did sell you like 60, 70k worth of rolls, but I assumed
Oh my god.
that you were dealing with enough rolls
I can hear him.
basically not build up a backlog. So when I found out you had, like, you told me on the phone you had nearly 200k of rolls sat there, it made me realize, shit, this shit's never going to fucking change over if it keeps up with this.
Oh, I can't hear a thing.
Like, yeah, I'll put my hand, I have sold you a large chunk of rolls, but like I said, I assumed, because that
It's getting muted, don't do it again.
30,000 a day. I assumed that it was able to keep up with what you were buying. And when I heard you had that big backlog of rolls, it was basically like we were square one 2 weeks ago when you and Kenny had 100k each to deal with, which is why this was started to begin with.
Yeah, but I feel like I kept you very in the loop. Every single day I called you to let you know. And when I'm telling you I don't have the money to buy you out, it's obvious every penny I have is currently in rolls.
I have contributed to you. I have contributed for it to take in longer for you to get bought out because I had to pay L's back or I had to take things out to buy stuff with gang, right? But ultimately, in an ideal world, you should have just been bought out. Kenny should have just been bought out, and then you, Saint, fucking Gigi, and James just run it together. You might still be the person that benefits from it the most and puts in the most work with it, but you can still have peers there with you who are doing it with you, and you just like, they communicate to you, I've got this much to clean, and you go, yeah, all right, my stuff's done, go use it. All right.
Yeah.
You gotta want to elevate the people around you.
We need to expand. Like, bro, I don't think you realize how much money you were missing out on. It's to the point where people are literally going to me on a daily basis, like, not in a threatening way, but like saying, yeah, I'm just going to go to Ming and Fanny. It's taking piss. Like, we have like 300k to buy.
Junior should not be paying for washing machines in a house he's not meant to know about. That makes no sense.
Well, yeah, to be honest, I told him about the washing machines because I got told he's apparently recruiting for the drug dealers.
Yeah, he is. But he's still not fully brought in on information and stuff. Okay. But all you got to do, bro, is if that's how you feel, come to me and go, yo, we need to expand this operation. Let's get gang to put money in for this. I can just say tomorrow, all right, everyone needs to put in 3k for more washing machines. Everyone needs to put in 5k. Like,
again, the issue comes down to as well, every single day I was going to Steve saying, I've got X amount to wash. I don't want to be in a situation where you guys buy me out and I still have X amount. And then Steve was telling me, yeah, no, you'll know when that day's coming because you'll see the money in the box and like, you'll know when that's coming. And then all of a sudden he's came to me and said, we've got this much and we're buying you out and I'm stuck with X amount. That's how I felt in the moment. Yeah, and it's like, where's this money coming? Right? No, well, yeah, now he has. But like in that moment, I didn't get given notice, and I very much felt like, why do you want me out of this so much? Like, as much as it's giving someone else a purpose, it felt you're just removing the purpose from me because you're making such an effort to buy me out.
That would be the case if you weren't then going to run it.
Yeah, agreed.
But that's not what's happening. Like, it's not like you're saying, right, we're going to give you your money back and you're now not allowed in the forum house. You're never going to clean money again. It's over. It was, you're going to get paid back, and then we're going to go to the splits that we all agreed on weeks prior anyway. Like, it feels like we set a plan in motion. You'd then been benefiting off of it, which is completely fine, right? Because it's us that hadn't paid you back quick. You've been benefiting off it. And then now when we're trying to put that plan in motion, it's kind of like it's a problem now.
I had an issue from the beginning with it. I just never spoke up because you didn't like. I was never pissed off enough to speak up.
Well,
I was just
the
gonna
exact
farm
thing.
it.
You said, "How am I meant to read minds?" Apply the same logic you said.
Yeah.
How are we gonna know about that if you don't tell us?
Yeah, fair enough. You right.
What is it about? Like, and ultimately, bro, like, don't forget, ain't no one stopping you going and sticking 15 in your apartment. If you want to go buy 15 and stick them in your apartment and run your own individual side hustle as well as helping a group, ain't no one gonna tell you no.
Yeah, now I hear that.
Like, it's a gang house. That forum house is gang. Fucking hell, that's a 125.
I didn't know they took.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Like, if it was your house, it's different, right? It's a gang house. So we set out this plan from the get-go. That was what we brought. Like, you can't then be annoyed if we go ahead with what we laid out for you. Like, you knew it was coming.
Yeah,
I will let you finish cleaning up what you got to clean. Like, that was never going to be a thing, bro.
Well, yeah, it shouldn't take as long as. I think I've only got like 140, which should be done within a day or so.
Yeah, which is why I allowed you to about Tuesday, which, like, it's not a firm Tuesday. If you tell me you have 30k left on Tuesday, I have no issue with pushing it back another day. You know what I mean? It's not like.
Yeah.
It was just a goal.
I think it's one of those. You came at me with what happened. I took it the wrong way, or not how you meant it. That made me angry. I retaliated angry. Then when I'm angry, you're angry, and it just goes from there. Done it.
I'll be honest. And I wouldn't say this in front of everyone. But I don't know where your issue comes from with Steve. But if I'm being just completely transparent with you, I think there's part of you that wants people to believe that you could do what he's doing.
It's fair enough.
And I think that is giving you a slight abrasion.
It's a control thing. Throughout my whole life, I've had an issue with control, bro. Like, anyone that's controlling me, it doesn't rub right with me.
Me and Steve literally had this conversation like a couple hours ago. You very much could be like, you're a type of person that in an alternate universe could be a command role, but it's because of the way you play your cards that you've made that so difficult for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you've almost gone so far in one direction that it makes it nearly impossible for that to be a reality.
But at that point, what's the point of trying, you know? And that's why I think I go that direction. So I already know that's beyond gone.
Well. I think it's because you've given up, and I think there's you that wants that and that would actually quite secretly like to be in a command role, but you think that is so far away from being a possibility that you just kick out at everyone who has that when you don't.
Bro, I kicked out on that when I had the issue with James, bro. I thought, what's the point? I gave up with that with James.
But it's easy to see because it was the same with Patar.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a personal thing for Patar, and I don't think it's a personal thing for Steve. I think you just are having a hard time because you think in the back of your head you could be there doing that.
It's not even that. I can't be controlled, bro. Like, it like angers me being controlled.
You good?
I know.
Yeah.
But like, why don't you have an issue being controlled by me? Because I don't make you feel like you're controlled.
Yeah, because you actually, like, you know how to speak to me in a normal way, bro. You have a conversation. Like, bro, if I'm talking with a certain attitude, you'll call me out on it, and then I'll evaluate, and it'll be calm. And then we can have a conversation like we have.
But your guard is down a lot more with me as well. Like, if I have a conversation with you, you'll be way more off the get-go, guard down. I'm just talking to Matthew Antov, no bullshit. Whereas I don't think you do the same for Steve. But why? Like, what is the issue there?
I don't think it's personal to Steve. I think it's I've known you longer, innit?
I mean,
Like, it's one of those, like, don't take this in the wrong way, Steve. Like, respect it. Like, it's one of those things you can't just click your finger and say, I respect you. Like, how I feel is how I feel. And, like, me being completely honest, I obviously have a respect for Sparky, but I struggle to get that to that point with other people. I struggle with Patar. And it's just one of those times, like, it will build over time.
That is where the concern is then raised. Because if it was like that with Patar, and it's like that with Steve, when is it going to change?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll be real with you, bro. This is not the first time I've heard you wave the "I'll walk."
I would. Mothers, I would. If I felt like that I was being mistreated by 2IC and we didn't have the way I felt before this conversation and actually understanding Steve's side and felt like I was gaslit into thinking I'm the issue in front of the whole gang and then trying to beat up our gang and shoot our gang, 100% I'll walk.
I don't like that.
Well, it shouldn't get to the point where it's like that then.
You respect me, but you'd be willing to walk away from this. That's not respecting me at all.
It's not even like that though. It's nothing to do with you. If anything, like,
It is, bro.
letting our
I live and
2IC
breathe
treat
this.
people
What
like
do
that,
you
bro.
mean it's nothing
Like,
to do with me, bro.
but if you weren't willing to listen to my issue and us make amends here like we are, of course I'd have that opinion. If you came over, yeah, didn't hear me out and said, yeah, Matt, you're in the wrong here, I would have walked, bro. But that's why I respect you, because you can calm me down and have a conversation.
But you say this about making amends. There's only so many times you can put a fucking plaster on a cut until a man starts bleeding out, bro. Like, you don't display signs of change. You genuinely don't.
Well, what do you want me to do then?
And you don't, look, this is the thing, right? I call bullshit, to be honest. Because you say you respect me, but I don't think it's even just a straight up you respect me. Because if we're being completely straightforward with each other, you know full well you push my limits because you think you can get away with it because I know you better. If you truly respected me in the way that you say you do, you wouldn't test me like this.
What do you mean test you? How do you feel like I've tested you today? I
don't understand how peak that is to hear, right? Because from your boy, you'd just be like, yeah, I'll just go, like, because I've had conversations with you outside of gang shit where we've spoke, and you came to me and you said, look, I want to go Hydra, and I said, yeah, do it. If that's what you want, go do it. I think that would be good for you. If it's gonna make you happy, go do that. And you came to me and you said, I don't want that. But then you're happy to wave around the I'll walk, I'll go somewhere else, drop the Hydra subliminals, whatever of that.
Bro, if I walked, I ain't going Hydra, believe me.
I know,
bro, you know why I didn't go
because
Hydra. I stood in the house with them for 10 minutes, bro, and it was dead silent. They want my vibe, bro. That's why I didn't go Hydra.
100%. I know this. Like, there's nothing I don't know about that. I know you wouldn't go Hydra. And I know, ultimately, I know you say it, but you don't ever think I'd cast you away, innit?
Nah, you wouldn't.
No bullshit.
Nah,
right
bro,
now.
I know you wouldn't.
You don't think I'd cast you away.
I believe that. And that's just me being honest. But at the same time, if I was being mistreated by a
issue, right?
If I was being mistreated by a 2IC and you weren't doing anything about it, bro, as much as people are like, oh, you're a problem, I know I have value, bro, and I know I'd find somewhere else to go. Like, I have belief in myself, bro. But, bro, I don't want that. I just want to be...
respect me in the way you say you do.
Okay, explain.
Because you saying you don't think I would cast you away, but you're happy to push me to a point where most other people probably would get cast away.
You feel like I actually push you to that point? Like, what makes you feel like I do that, though? How do I push you?
I just think there is a lot of, like, I'll be real with you, right? I seen a very different Matt from the start of the Manor, right? Moving forward, where it seems to be a lot more about you. And I'm not saying that you don't help the gang, because you do. But if I think back and I go, all right, cool, let me think about Roadman times, right? You were so for us and the vision and the long distance view of what we're going to be as a group. It didn't matter about what Matt wanted. It was what we wanted. You ain't got that in you no more.
Do you know
And if
what?
you
Do
I
you
don't
know why
where
that
it
is? I think that was lost when I knew I was never going to be actually like in a decent role in the gang. I lost that, bro.
Well, then get your finger out of your ass and prove that you can do it then, bruv. Like, you've literally, yeah, you literally said, I wouldn't push you aside. And you believe in yourself that you've got the ability to go do something. So then rather than moping about thinking, I ain't ever going to be in a command role, let me make everyone's life difficult. Why don't you just fucking switch up and actually make a change?
Yeah. You're right. Switch up hardcore, man.
I'll be real with you. I'm not going to sit here and go, yep, put in a shift and you're going to be a command role.
I know it's not like that, bro.
Your journey to do that is fucking massive, bruv.
Exactly.
But it doesn't matter how big the challenge is. You ain't the type of person to go, I ain't getting it. Fuck it. Let me just cause problems.
That's how I have been, bro. Bro, since I stabbed James, that's how my opinion's been. There's no point.
So then when does it drop? Like when does the act just drop? And when does it get back to that guy who was all about the people? Or does it not?
Listen, there's no point in saying it. Let me just do it. I think that'd be easier. Like you always said to T, actions speak louder than words.
But you've had a lot of chances to show me.
If you don't want me to show me, I won't. Like, do you want me to?
It's not that I don't want you to show me. It's that I want to be able to believe what you're telling me.
You want me to, like... I don't know what you want me to do, Sparky.
I just want you to fucking... I just want you to do what Matt does. And not what you think you should be. Because I genuinely do feel a lot of the time the way you act is because you think that you've got to act that way to come across in a certain angle, or like to put up this guard. Like it ain't authentic sometimes.
I don't really know what you mean by that, I'll be honest.
It's literally what I said. Like it's as simple as I said. Like I don't feel that all of your movements are motivated by what you truly want to do. It's just that you think you have to puff your chest out and have to do all that stuff.
Bro, I just want some excitement in my life. That's me being completely
but bro,
honest.
You know better than anyone that getting excitement in your life doesn't mean just going and starting fires inside. We got a good thing going here, bro. Like this, the way that this group's been going and how people talk about this group and the way that people show us respect now, bro, it's a good thing going on. Like we don't need to start causing problems and fucking cut it in half before we've even got to 10% of what we can do. And you just happily will say, I would walk away from that. But then are you really that invested in Manor, or are you invested in me? Because I'll be real with you, sometimes I don't know whether you're a Manor gang member or you're my boy.
I'm gonna be honest, I felt like you hadn't even spoke to me as your boy recently, bro. As of recent, I barely speak to you. And Gigi said the same, I'll be completely transparent.
Yeah, I mean, there ain't a rebuttal to that. It's unfortunate that it isn't, as a member of the Mandem, you can kind of drop
It's
the
meant through
title
the madam.
and have just a boy-to-boy moment, right? But when you're a leader or something, you can't just... I can't just close that and just go,
But
"Alright, fuck
you
that."
know you don't need to be like that with me, bro. Because I knew you before you were road men, before you were man them,
But that's the
before
problem.
you were Manor. Not even
I
the
know.
leader, bro.
But it's not because of you that it has to be like that. That's what you got to see, like...
But you don't need
people
to be like that
see-
either, bro.
No, you do. You 100% do. That's exactly how I've been, and it's been working. Just you have to do that, bro.
You feel like you can't be you around me? You feel like you have to
that's not
keep
at all
up
what
the
I'm saying.
leader
I'm not saying
persona
I
the whole
can't be
time?
me around you. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is, leader SK is me now. I can be myself around you. I can be myself around everyone.
This conversation is gonna angle I really didn't expect it to go.
Like,
I'm here
I'm not
for
the
it, though.
same person that I was. I've changed. I have to change. You have to be different. You have to. I can't. I said this to you from early when we started the Manor. I told you this. I said, as a leader, I have to be even more harsh on you because everyone knows that you're my boy from long. Because everyone just goes, "Oh, it's another thing Matt's getting away with. Oh yeah, Matt can do what he wants. He can go do this." You know, like people have said to me before, like Matt's calling, like in the whole war thing, bro. People was coming to me saying you was calling shots, saying don't do this, don't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. Is that because you think you can just do whatever?
I don't know what you're referencing.
Apparently, you know, in the war, when it was the whole fucking people wanted to ride out and you didn't or whatever.
Oh yeah. No, we all agreed to not roll out, but everyone else was sat in Polito and I said, let's carry on with our date. I started setting up a laundromat, then I got a money run. That's what happened. And we were all down to do the laundromat. And why I went to do the money run, everyone else sat in Polito and did now. I left them for an hour.
Regardless of what the situation was there, it's just that that is the ultimate question for me. Like, are you a Manor gang member or are you my boy? And you're here because I'm here. Because I would like to think that the majority of the people in this group wouldn't just happily say, yeah, I'll walk.
If I felt like I'm getting mistreated by my second in command, and at that point, yeah, someone that I've trusted for years and years and I respect, bro, wouldn't even hear me out and make amends and call Steve out on the wrongs he's done today, because it's not a secret, there's wrongs we've both done.
Yeah, 100%.
If you wouldn't do that for me, 100% I'd walk, bro. Because if I don't trust my...
walking the solution to
Because
that?
if I don't trust the leadership, why would I be there anymore?
So, so if Steve does something you disagree with, the solution is to walk.
No, if Steve does something that's morally wrong for the whole gang, and then you don't call it out, the solution is to walk. If I don't trust the people in command, why am I here?
But why are you saying you're going to walk before I've even been given the means?
It was an
to call
emotional
out?
response that ain't a secret. I was vexed from this morning still because I felt like I was gaslit by the guy. And I've already shot my gang member, and now he's telling me to my face he's gonna beat up Luke until he passes out. Like what?
Okay, I'm
gonna have an issue with that.
Whoa, hang on.
That's how I felt. I'm not
One-
saying that's not what you did, Steve. Like you don't need to
Okay.
be defensive, but that's how I
But
felt.
I'm just saying. You're saying I shot your gang member. I shot his tire. For start, not saying it's right, but there's a big difference between shooting his tire and shooting the person. And number two, I never once said to beat up Luke until he was knocked out. I said to Terry, because he's the enforcer, I said to Terry to take the key off him. That's the words I used. Terry, take the key off Luke.
But from my point of view, I wasn't there when you shot Luke's tire, so all I heard is you shot at Luke, yeah. And then with the telling him to take the key, bro. If everyone agreed there, you implied to knock him out, shoot him, hit him with a wrench. You were taking the key while he was unconscious. Of course, that's
But
going to put me in an
I've also said
emotional
that that's
state
not
where I'm
cool,
going to
like-
say emotional things.
Steve knows that's not cool. It's like I said on the roof, man. You've got to deep it, yeah? Say this was you. Say you were in Steve's shoes right now. It's not an easy scenario to have multiple people with conflicting opinions all pulling you different directions. It's a very new thing, the Manor, bro. You can't expect it to always be, he's absolutely got shit perfectly right there. Especially when
You know what Luke?
Strings.
You know what Luke said to me?
Hmm.
He said, "If you want to take this key off me, you can put a bullet between my eyes." Now that's crazy. Challenging me to that point to basically say shoot me is crazy.
Yeah, and it's not an easy situation to be in. And especially on you, I hear that, bro. But like at the end of the
I want you
day,
to act like that, bro, because it's not. You can say you get it, but you're not doing that for him.
yeah, but that's once I calm down, bro. Like in the moment, I wasn't thinking like that in Slives, was I? You know?
And if all these problems are just coming from in the moment, bro, there ain't no harm in just taking a minute and not dealing with something that's happened right that moment.
Back to that, bro. I said that.
And just fucking come back to it.
I said that we needed to allow it when Steve said to take the key off from Luke. Like I said that.
Ultimately, if people feel like what I'm doing is wrong, in my opinion at least, if I ask something to be done like that, give the key, it should be done, and then a conversation should be had with Sparky.
Well, I'm not gonna be biased. If Steve would have fucking got someone to knock him out and took the key off him, right, and then one of you would have come to me and said that, I'd have gone, yeah, that can't run. Let me chat to Steve. Just because he is in a second command doesn't mean that every action he does has to be something that I'm completely on board with. I trust him to make the right calls. Everyone makes mistakes.
If anything, the positions we're in means we're more honest with each other about shit like that, to be honest.
You gotta just think, bro, like, a lot of groups in the city would handle shit very differently and be a lot more cutthroat and just straight up fucking, this is how it's going. The issue is people aren't respecting and listening to Steve. I just need to know from you that you are going to do that. But it comes back to the same question again. Are you going to do that if you're just here as my boy? Or are you here as a Manor member?
I'm here as a Manor member, that said. You know that.
Then you've got to separate the principles you apply to being my boy and the principles you apply to being in the Manor.
You can see though where my principles of being in the Manor cross over with Steve telling him to knock him out.
Yeah, no, I don't, bro. I've been said that. Like I wouldn't take that approach.
From my point of view, when Steve said, give me your key as well, I was standing between Luke and Terry, so Terry doesn't fill him in. And me being punished for that, like, of course I'm going to be like, nah, you're moving crazy. First of all, I disagree with what you knocking out the gang member. Now you're trying to punish me for stopping that to happen. That, bro, I'm going to kick up a fuss about that. Like, I'm going to be honest, my response was definitely emotional from the whole thingy this morning.
It seems like everybody's was. Luke's was, everyone's was. It's just how it seems it's all been. But that's, if you can tell, if you know that, then just fucking take a moment, bruv. Like, you are much better at understanding and communicating, yeah, when it's just a couple of people. Pull it away from the group. Like, you saying it, when I brought it up in front of everyone, you turn around and going, I don't want to talk about this in front of everyone. You can do that. You can do the same thing to Steve. Just say, look, Steve, let's not have this conversation in front of everyone. Let's go chat over here. Acting on feelings is bad.
Dixie, thank you for the gifted piece.
We know that all too well from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Well, so will, like, is it a situation where, you know, you can think about what's even been said and develop more of a respect for, I'll say, Steve's role, because I think it is more the role than it is Steve himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best with it.
Not to cut in with some shit, but we have 2 minutes on the laundromat. If you just want to jump in the group real quick so we can run it. I've already got cars and shit.
Completely forgot about that. That's my bad.
Terry's gone to get a hostage, so no, you're good. In reality, it shouldn't have been started in the situation, but it is what it is. We've got time. Terry's going to get a hostage. We have all the cars up front that we need.
I don't want to skip over that, but honestly, bro, trying your best is not good enough. I want to know that that's something you're going to do.
But yeah, it's going to be something I'll do, bro. Like, giving my best is all I can do, bro. You can't do better than your best.
Look. You said you ain't talked to me as your boy in a while. This is me as your boy. This is genuinely got the potential to be a really solid group. Like, we're on the same side, and please don't do. I was part of this, and being in this role now, I can see this. Don't do to Steve what we did to Patar.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. At the end of the day, I need to just do what you do, what you say. If I have an issue with what he's saying, do what he says, and then come to you and complain. Alright, that's how it has to be dealt with.
Yeah. When it comes to the fucking washing machine stuff, you're down for. We'll give you enough of a time to clean your rolls. We'll buy you out, and you can run it with Saint and DG. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to get
Doesn't
on
mean
this.
you have to change how you're doing it.
We need to get on these group 6 card things.
Yeah, I know we've got a few.
I've got one that's on 3%. Yeah.
Yo, am I not coming on this?
I don't know. I can't take the call right now. Give me a second, brother. Just call one of the boys.
And last thing before we go, like, I take personal hits on your back by, I'm gonna just be real, like, I won't shy away from it. There is a level of leniency there. I've known you for fucking long, and we was roadmen together. Ain't nobody else in this group been through the same shit like that, right? But you pushed me to a point where I have to do shit. And like, Luke's been punished just for the way you was talking to Steve and shit like that. Like, I'm gonna have to give you a punishment, because it can't be one rule for one and one for the other.
Ricky's the 6, yeah. Are you two? Who wants to be
Punish
inside?
me, Sparky.
I'm bringing Dre inside because he's not been inside in a job for us.
I can be outside if I have a nice car.
Matt's outside. So me, Dre, Sparky, you want inside or outside?
I'll go in. We'll get this done, and I'll think about it, and I'll let you know what the punishment is. But right now, I'll just think on it.
Okay, so me, Dre, and Sparky.